Ni hao, wo ai Taiwan, wo ai Hong Kong, wo ai ni. You know, you have Mayan Jingshen, the Market America spirit. Shay Shay. I want to congratulate you on the last 5 years. This is your 5th year in business. You're doing incredibly well. You're setting records, and the leadership has never been stronger. You know, Market America really is about a whole new world, a whole new way of living, a solution for people to live the way they want to live and to be free. And we're leading the parade. You know, there's an old saying that I really believe in, that in order to be successful, you have to identify a trend, a paradigm shift, if you will, something that's going to change the future, and position yourself to lead the parade rather than getting stuck at the end of the parade or being at the tail end of the parade. Now, Lord knows I've been stuck at the end of a lot of parades. The difference here is we are at the head of the parade, and this is your chance to lead the parade. So fasten your seatbelts for the fastest ride that you've ever had in the business. And let's have fun. Let's go berserk with it. Let's get crazy with it. And let's go out and make it happen. You know, it's all about getting into the wheelbarrow. It's wheelbarrow time. Are you ready? And many of you know the story about the stuntman who crossed Niagara Falls perilously, dangerously, taking a chance of dying with a wheelbarrow full of bricks. And when we got to the other side, everybody applauded. And he turned to the press corps and the reporters and he said, "Do you believe I can do it again?" And they said, "Well, yeah, we believe you can do it again." And he dumped out the bricks and he says, "If you really believe, get in the wheelbarrow." You see, there's a big difference between watching and being in the wheelbarrow. It's time for you to get in the wheelbarrow. So who will be in the wheelbarrow with us this time? It's like Elizabeth Weber and Joanne Shee and James and Marion Quo and others that were in early, that were in the beginning, that made it happen. They got in the wheelbarrow. And now it's time for you to get in the wheelbarrow with them. The bottom line or reality is that the business is easier than ever. And more people are making money than ever before. The opportunity is more attractive, more credible. We have better products and more products. We have a better portal, more functional. We have the greatest technology. We're using social media. We're ahead of the curve. And it all spells bigger, better, faster, and easier. That's what Market America is about today. It's bigger, it's better, it's faster, and we're making it easier. And more people than ever want in. And with the Paid to Shop program and the lead generation program, there's going to be an avalanche of people coming into the business. In fact, too many are going to want to get in. And instead of having to recruit people, we're going to start having a selection process rather than a recruiting process where you have to decide who you let in. The reality is that we're not dependent on the traditional mass market economy that everybody else suffers from. We create our own economy through our PCs and our unfranchised owners and our partner stores and our vendors. By combining our buying power and working together, we can create our own sub-economy by combining our buying power. And that's what we're doing. And that's what Market Taiwan and Market Hong Kong and Market America are all about. We don't need to be affected by the state of the economy like other people. We make our own future. We make our own economy. And the result is that more people are making money and there's more customers buying more efficiently and effectively and getting what they want at a better value. We're changing the way people shop. And you know, it really all comes down to belief. You have to have belief. You have to believe in something greater than yourself, and I hope you have that belief. You have to have a reason to be here, a why, a dream. You deserve the best because you give your very best. So if you're giving your best, expect the best. If you're not giving your best, it's time to get with the program and get in the wheelbarrow. It's all about entrepreneurism. The freedom and financial independence is not reserved for the privileged few. With our program, anybody can have it. But you have to have Shuangye Jingshen, that entrepreneurial spirit, Shuangye Jingshen. And I think we all have it. That's what we have in common. It's about leadership. You have to believe in your leadership. You have to believe in your organization, our community. You have to believe in your leaders like George Hugh and Anthony Kwan, and your partners and the corporate team and the company and, of course, me. Do you believe? Do you believe in those things? You know, they say don't dream big, you'll only disappoint yourself. But I say dream big, because you'll never be bigger than your dreams. And it all comes down to magic moments. That's what changes the future. They're defining moments where it comes down to what people do. You see, people make companies work. Companies don't make people work. And when someone takes a leap of faith, when the future or outcome is uncertain and no one knows what's going to happen, that leap of faith, their action, makes things happen and shapes the future by their actions. Are you going to shape the future by your decisions? You see, there's many magic moments in this business. There's been many magic moments over the last 19 years. Too many to count, too many to mention. But it's about profiles and courage. When somebody reaches way down deep inside of themselves and say, I'm going to make it happen. But every one of them count in determining the future. It's a leap of faith when the future is uncertain. When someone makes up their mind and a billionth of a volt snaps across their cerebral cortex, across their brain, and they have a realization, an epiphany, and they say, I'm going to make it happen. And that little change in belief makes big things happen. And you'll have your own magic moments. You'll have your own challenges, and when you overcome them, you'll find a magic moment. I had a magic moment at the last international convention again. Something happened. You know, and it was during the Gala Awards ceremony. I know that many of you were not there, and I wanted to share that magic moment with you. It wasn't just my magic moment. It was the room's magic moment. It was the Market America's leadership's magic moment, when everybody came together in a common vision to make something greater happen. And I want to share that with you now. Here we are again together. It's such a pleasure to be with you. You know, I don't get a chance to be with the real inner sanctum, the people that really believe, that make it happen that often. And I think we have an awful lot to rejoice about. I mean, 19 years ago, we started this little thing. And, you know, when you look at where we are, we have a lot to rejoice about. When you take a look at the way this economy is, I'm ashamed a little bit, or abashed, or hesitant to talk to people about how well we're doing, because they get mad at us. I mean, it's such a blessing, though, after 19 years, to look at where we are, where we're going, and we don't have the problems that other people have, because we have our own economy, our own model, and we don't participate in that, you see. You know, when I see what we have and the power in this room and the people in this room and the concept that we envision, I don't know why we're not doing billions. And I mean that very sincerely. Billions may not be important to you. To me, it's just a game, it's a number, it's a goal, it's a championship, but it does determine how many people are making money, how many lives we affect. When I look at Walmart, Mark and Lauren did this the other day, and I mean, you know, it's almost funny. You know, I had this saying in the office. I used to say when we started, another million, another day, another million. We weren't only doing like 100,000. Now, Walmart, I say another billion, another day, another billion. They said, what the heck are you talking about? I say, it's definitely possible. Walmart does it. 394 billion per year, 36 million per hour. Now, when you look at paid to shop, and you look at Walmart, paid to shop, I stole this from Lauren. It's originality is concealing your source, but I'm going to give her credit for it. Same products. Same products. No cash back. Nobody gets paid for inviting others to come to Walmart. Less convenient. Less advantages of the portal and savings. And you see what they showed you today? No MPCP. Nobody makes any money when they do 395 billion. If that was Market America, paid to shop at 5 to 8%, not 10, 20,
25%, will be paying the customers of Walmart $19 to $20 billion. And the marketing plan would pay equally to you. What's wrong with us? Go get Walmart's people. Go get Walmart's people. Now, why can't we be the online version of Walmart with our people power added? Someone who cares about the customer, you. Cash back, pay them. And we take that billions and billions and pay you and the customer. What's preventing us from doing that? Believe the unbelievable. I'll say it again this weekend. Believe the unbelievable. Do you get that? Now, are we doing the right thing? All you see in the Wall Street Journal and the news is companies' poor performance, their failure, life stinks, the economy stinks, and Amazon, what do they have that we don't have? Their second quarter, revenue is $6.55 billion, up from $4.65 billion last year. Net income, it's amazing. And they're not any better than us. Do you agree with that? What do they have that we don't? So if you need signs, the proof's in the pudding. We're a better team. We're a better organization. We have a better portal. And we have you. Let's make it happen. You say, I'm telling you folks, we do not want to stay the same or where we are as a company. We are not satisfied. Now some ask why. Why are you doing all this stuff? You're already profitable. Come on, man. Everybody's making a lot of money. Why not just be like a network marketing company or an MLM where you came from? Because we can change the way people shop. That's one reason. And we have something so powerful that we could redefine global economics through an entrepreneurial opportunity at the grassroots level based on our collective buying power and shopping, something that everybody does anyway. We call it the Unfranchised Business Plan with the MPCP, the magic of residual income that most people don't even know what is, and if they ever experience it, they would be free. Economic freedom. We're going to go to $1 billion. When we go to $1 billion, we're going to have so much momentum going downhill on the slopes over the bumps that we're going to hit $10 billion. 10 years ago, JR was talking about one-to-one marketing and computerized marketing. People thought he was nuts. Okay, it took 5 years too long. It's a reality now. My point is, if you don't think it, it ain't going to happen. Nothing's changed about our business for those of you that say, it's changed. Nothing's changed in this business since we started, except it's bigger, better, faster, and easier. And now some of you may have changed. When you got in, you were loose as a goose, and now you're mentally constipated, or you're looking for an excuse. And of course, I'm your mental enema. The fundamentals are the same. Filling the funnel and shaking the bean jar is the same. Residual income in the MPCP is the same. What's different is bigger, better, faster, easier. You get that? And if you don't know or understand that, and you're sitting in there and you don't like what I'm saying, and you have the right to do that, your mission this weekend should be to discover why. What are you missing? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And certainly, success is a journey, not a destination. It's a journey. So don't forget where you came from, because you might not be able to find your way back. For some of you, that's no problem because you stopped. Sometimes people make it and they stop. That's okay. We talked about that, with the advisory council and the the challenge winners. It's okay to stop. It's okay to be in the Hall of Fame, but it's a lot better to be on the playing field, winning. 2 pillars or channels or flows. I just want you to get this concept real quickly. Binary is our plan, binomial, powerful plan. The reason we have it is you can't pay unlimited people on one line, so you have to have an additional line, which is as simple as you get. But it's a portal and shopping experience. Your business and storefront, Amazon in a box, but soon it's going to be called Market America in a box when we pass them by. That's what we give an individual, a multi-billion-dollar business in a box in that portal, and Mark and Lauren showed it so well today. Do you believe that? Do you understand that? Do you realize what that would take for you to do that on your own? Incredible. And then the university concept, the best training in billion-dollar markets with cutting-edge technologies, and the octopus marketing monster, the billion-dollar markets and emerging trends that we suck up into this hungry money-making machine. And it doesn't matter what it is, we'll have it, and I'll talk about that tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about? Do you understand those 2 concepts? Have you been around long enough? Huh? Do you know what I'm talking about? Powerful. What we as a company and Market America decided to do was to move on, with you or without you. But we can't get rid of you. But we can't put a few IBV requirements in if you're going to make, all the money's going to roll up to you. 8 programs or engines and pumps. We decided to do this and relax the IBV requirements so you couldn't complain until they were all working, so it wasn't our fault. And look at them. You tell me how powerful these things are. PTS invite contact list campaign. Okay, you pay to shop invite contact. Did you hear that today? Did you hear me go over it today? Did you understand it? You see the BJAR movie? Existing customer privileges. So whatever your customer's doing right now, you can transfer them over to the portal and still deliver and charge them the same way. Social media campaigns, SEO, SEM campaign. We took down Twitter today. Do you understand? We have power. Paid online associate program. Paid online. So you can get everybody who ain't in the business that has a web portal or a website or a blog to sell product for you, give their customers cash back, make 0.5% on everything, and it goes to your portal and you get the BV and IBV. Genius. Clap, yeah. Wake up, get it. CRM prospect manager tool with lead generation. There's going to be so many leads that if you don't qualify for the IBV requirements, it don't matter. Somebody else will, and if you're downline, you'll probably get some of the business anyway. That's how good the plan is. Real-time IBV and having reports to be able to place it. Come on, how powerful is that one? Higher cash back, blown out everywhere, online shopping list. This one's the best of all. When somebody gets into business, you have a tool that analyzes everything that they buy and finds it on the portal and shows them how much they save, and they buy it through you rather than Walmart. What I talked about in the beginning of the night happens. Oh my God. Okay, I'll get off of it. IB requirements and what they'll do. Remember the BV requirements, Elizabeth? Tony, Frank, how hard it was with all our people. Hard times, right? How many people are crying today when they know how much money they're going to make every month and their incomes went up and it's solid? How many people like requirements in BV? So what are you worried about IBV? Have we ever done anything to hurt you? It might be a little painful to get started, but it's just like sports. The coach has got to kick your butt in order to make you good. And that's all we're doing. And we're going to win. So more BV, more IBV, higher IBV, add bonus money. Wait till that comes in. Wait till you hear about it tomorrow. I am guaranteeing $1 million regardless of what anybody does. I'm putting it up. It's already put up. 1 million. That's 1,600,000 IBV going in to stimulate the IBV system. So if you're at 0 now and you get up to 600 and then the person above you is at 1,000, you think they might go to the portal a little bit more because they're close to hitting? And what about the guys at the top that are all hitting checks now that weren't before? You think they might get a little motivated? You figure it out later tonight over drinks. List of initiatives. Just think about it. Portal redesign based on user experience. Boy, it hurt. It hurt to have our fannies spanked by consumers, 600 people, firms that we hired that said we sucked. But look what Mark and Lauren delivered today. Okay? Pay to shop and higher cash back with countdowns on partners and BV, 25%, 30%. What about the ones from the night, from today? You get on your phone and tell any customers about it, or are you asleep? Social media campaigns, strategies, using the power of people, networking together. We just proved what we can do. We can shut Twitter down even. SEO, SEM, money into keywords and paid search. We haven't never done it. Brian McDowell, the genius at this. Apprentice program, take away the excuse of a customer, conquer, okay? Hey, what about this? Free music paid by advertisers. How many people is that going to attract? Go to the Conquer booth, find out about it. Look at this. Just from last meeting, the press was already talking about the fact that we could be the replacement for iTunes. I know you don't believe that because you don't want to think big. NPO, oh my God. How many people are invited to a charity every month? You want to show them something? MA Media, PR, TV spots, and guest appearances on reality shows, product placement, branding, driving traffic to MA.com. No longer are we going to be the best kept secret. Major initiatives in the university majors and stores or divisions like Nutrimetrics. Did you see that today? Nutrimetrics is going to do in itself $1 billion in addition to Market America. Website, Elite HC portal, Gene Snip program. I mean, it just goes on and on. So why bother doing all this? You know, why don't you just leave well enough alone and rest on your laurels? Dennis, we work way too hard. Well, we got $30 million of my money invested in it. It's one reason. I don't really care. If that's the answer, fine. Money gone. Because there's a bigger picture and more to do, a better way to market and to shop. There's billions to be made. Maybe it's because we can change the world economic ecosystem, an alternative to coercion, competition, control, and government intervention. It doesn't matter how long it takes. The 2 to 4 year plan, if you do it in 20 years, you beat the 45-year plan by 15. You're a winner. You see? Okay. We're a little slow. Changing the world in 20 years or 40 years lasts forever. Lasts forever. So what if it takes 20 years? We can make a major impact on the future of the world and make it a better place through something so simple as shopping and an opportunity. Everybody shops and everybody needs opportunity. Kind of like Thomas Edison. He did his greatest work at age 75. Now listen to this. Imagine no light bulbs, no electric power, no music on a phonograph except what people sing, no movies, and no refrigerators. That's what he did. He lit the world. When he lit the world, there was no power plants to hook the light bulbs up to. He invented them and they built them because we wanted to light the world. Henry Ford went bankrupt twice went bankrupt twice. What if we went bankrupt once? You'd all quit. He mass-produced the Model T in the car. And guess what? They had all these cars and no roads and no gas stations. They built them. You get it? What about two friends but enemies? You have any friends but enemies? Steve Jobs, Bill Gates. Jobs built computers in his garage. Gates bought for 60 grand DOS from some dude in Redmond, Washington. He put software in computers. They steal from each other. One had to steal Windows, the other had to steal some of the Apple technology. They never could get it together, but they changed the world. There was no demand for computers. You had to program to use one, and there was no internet. That all changed because they built it. Do you understand what I'm talking about? We can change the way people shop. Do you understand how powerful changing the way people shop is? So how do I know this will work? How do I know all this crap we're doing will work? Because it sure is a lot of work. Well, I'll tell you the answer. It's an idea whose time has come, and it'll work because I will make it work. Have you heard that before? Does it sound familiar? Now, I must confess, I did not realize Dennis, Kevin, Joe, Mark, that we were climbing Mount Everest. I thought we were climbing a hill. 3 years into it, we still couldn't even see the peak. And the storms came. We could have turned around, but we didn't. Now we're almost there. So close we can see it. Can you see it? Now here are our objectives and goals. The first one, BV to you will be equal to IBV. I don't mean 85%. I mean 20 will go to 40, 5 will go to 10, 10 will go to 20, but there'll be so much more buying, you will be hitting as many checks from IBV as BV. If you don't believe it, don't worry about it. Second goal, You want proof? Just since what we've initiated, partner sales since paid to shop started have skyrocketed. It's going to happen with you or without you, so you might as well get on board. That's the point. My next goal, ad money will equal product money over 5 years. Now, advertisers are paying to be on the Market America site. With the ad revenue generated, AdSense, partner ads, banners, we're taking that revenue and we're pumping it back in, just like we do with products to you. Okay, the IBV bonus pool, over 500,000 IBV up for grabs right now, coming out of the box. You know, place it anywhere in your organization, begins October 4th. Google didn't realize that what they did was search. They built a search engine, didn't they? They had no advertising when they did it. Do you know that? They thought they were going to charge people for search. But it became monetized, and it turned out to be billions. MA was built to merchandise, a selling machine. People ask me what I do. I say we sell stuff. Advertising can equal products with MA. I don't even know if you can comprehend that. We're going to blow up paid to shop, okay, with an invite program, higher cash back. I hope you get on board. We're starting a campaign. It's like going to sports camp. We're going to make you run the drills. Make you run the drills. Social media campaigns, social shopping, filling the funnel in the bean jar. The movie with Andrew Payne in it is going to be a reality. You're going to get hit by a big nut right on the head. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Please don't decide by default. What are you going to do? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen with you or without you. There's going to be a new generation of distributors and UFOs coming on. Unfortunately, or fortunately, they're going to be under you. But you're going to have to do something to benefit. So some of you have to make some decisions. Social media, you're wondering if it'll work. You don't need to wonder. The proof is already there. It's all around you. It's eating you up. You're hiding from it. Okay? Our return on investment, it happens automatically. The biggest companies in the world are doing it. And they don't have the power that we have. There's a conversation going on all around you in cyberspace, everywhere, that's replacing mass media, regular TV. And we have the power to do more with it than anybody. So it's all about filling the funnel. Nothing has changed. We're just using some new tools. But if you're already good at handling people, you have the advantage over the nerd or the geek. You have the advantage over the nerd or the geek. You know why? You have people skills. I hope you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and understand what I'm talking about. BV equals IBV, ad money equals product, goals. Here's our goals. 2 checks per center, whether you like it or not, you got to take it. Arena filled with directors, that's my goal. BV, IBV, exceed requirements for customer orders. You have more BV or IBV, it's higher than your requirements because of customer orders. People waiting in line to be UFOs because the opportunity is so powerful. Selection process rather than a recruiting process. International, we move to every country, like Google. And here's the bottom line. You can clap, you can clap, you can clap all you want. I will not rest until these things are a reality. Now, what about you, the most important person in this room? What's the biggest thing that you did this year? Maybe it was nothing. Maybe you disagree with what we're doing and have defended yourself. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you should get 2 people that aren't tired. Maybe you're not tech savvy. Get 2 people who are. Maybe you're complacent. Get uncomplacent or find 2 people that are not complacent. Maybe you're a big shot and comfortable. You know, you have a high pen level. You don't want to work that hard. Great. Be a good general and get your troops to do it, or find 2 people who will. That's all. Why? It's going to happen anyway, with you or without you, and you have an organization and you could benefit, and you certainly deserve it because you laid the foundation. So don't become obsolete, old, or outdated. Don't become a typewriter, an 8-track, or cassette, or disc. It's bigger, better, faster, and easier, folks. So make the decision. Tomorrow's the first day of the rest of your life. What will you do with it? Listen, you know, I think that combat and war probably is the biggest reality check that anybody could ever have. I'm so thankful I didn't have to go through it. But in World War II, there was a first lieutenant from Pennsylvania in the hedgerow country of France. And the captain one day made that terrible call to him, son, there's a sniper up there in that house shooting our people. You take this platoon out there and you get that guy. Well, as a good military guy, he didn't question it. Got his platoon together and they crawled out and snuck up on the house and made it without getting shot. Once they got in the house, they broke the door down. They ran in with their guns loaded, ready to kill. No sniper, he'd gone. But they'd been tricked. As they heard the whistling of an anti-artillery shell coming towards the house, blowing through the house, shrapnel, dust, sparks. The young lieutenant was thrown into a closet. When he woke up, he was holding a book. Now the book, it was a poem, not in French, in English. And he read it. It was my dad. And here's a poem. I know something good about you. Wouldn't this old world be better if the folks we met would say, I know something good about you. And then treat us just that way. Wouldn't it be fine and dandy if each hand clasped warm and true carried with it this assurance, I know something good about you? Wouldn't things here be more pleasant if the good that in all of us were only thing about us that folks bothered to recall? Wouldn't life be lots more happy if we praise the good we see, for there's such a lot more goodness in the worst of you and me? Wouldn't it be nice to practice this fine way of thinking too? You know something good about me, and I know something good about you. Now, he modeled his life after this poem as a high school football coach and teacher. He's one of those teachers you always remember, finding the good about people. Isn't that really what the business is about, folks? At the end of the day, okay, isn't it just about finding the good in people? Nobody's perfect. We maximize our strengths and minimize our weaknesses, and we make it about them succeeding in the business, taking the good to a new level. So, what about the good in you? What are your dreams? Why aren't you a director? What about a custom-made life? Do you deserve the best in life? You do if you give your best. What about irritating the neighbors with your lifestyle and freedom? What about firing your boss? What about retiring at 40 or retiring your job? What about no more rush hours, having breakfast or dinner while everybody else is in the rush hour? What about getting up at the break of noon? What about having any car you want, Mercedes, Phantom, Ferrari? Doesn't matter, it's only a car. Work at home in your underwear, shop anytime, have them bring it to you rather than go to the store. Shut up the relatives, shove a check in their face. Retire at 40, retire your job. Birthdays, why have them? You're just getting older. Have one every month. Travel anywhere, spontaneous, skiing weekends. I mean, realize that you can live in more than one place. Vacation homes, mountains, by the water, 4 vacations a year, skiing, islands, Europe. Live on the golf course. Discover boats and yachting. Give your kids the best education. Recognized in the community for charities or your church. Be a hero. How many artists never get to be an artist like Dennis? That's what directors do. Create your own paradise. Bigger, better, faster, easier. People ask me, JR, when are you going to retire? Now, I know I probably went too long because they said that this was shorter than it was. But I think you'd like to hear this. When are you going to retire? Why don't you sell? These equity guys say. Well, the answer is I'm having too much fun. And they say, well, you're a workaholic. I say, you got it all wrong, buddy. I'm a playaholic. Because when we're working, we're playing. It ain't work at all. I can't even tell the difference. We're having a great time. So I'm a playaholic, and you think it's a workaholic. Too bad for you. I got a letter 10 years ago. I want to tell you about this. 10 years ago, Dennis, this happened. I read it at a convention. Do you remember this? 10 years ago. Value Finder Group Incorporated. Dear Mr. Reidinger, I tried to contact you by telephone, but you were unavailable, and due to the sensitive nature of my call, I decided, this is dated, by the way, February 8, 2000. I decided not to leave a message. The purpose of my call concerns the possibility of one of my clients purchasing your company. My client is a $2.5 billion diversified holding company that's seeking to expand its organization into wholesaler and general merchandise and market America because of its diversity in market areas, sales size, and reputation could be an excellent prospect. This highly reputable corporation is seeking to pay a fair and equitable price. Cash and secured notes are available, so purchase can be structured to minimize your tax consequences and maximize your financial return. However, my client would prefer a cash transaction. Furthermore, my client would like, but it's not necessary, for your management team to remain on. Good, Mark, you still have a job. An incentive basis and very lucrative profit-sharing arrangements for key personnel who would like to remain. I have no idea at this point whether you'd be willing to consider selling or not. However, since this is an unusual find, acquiring a corporation with such a compatible and accommodating buyer as this, it may be an excellent time for you to consider this. So at any rate, I said, I'm going to call this dude. So I called him and I said, how much do you think my company is worth? 10 years ago. we had a discussion, and he wrote me an email. Thank you for the time on the phone. It was an interesting discussion. I received the information and documentation on Market America, and although this is not an official offer without evaluation, a formal offering letter, I would say that the company would be valued at least 180 million above the cash in the company of 40 million. Upon executing a non-disclosure and confidentiality agreement, I will disclose the principles and their financial documentation, although you seem to know the type of firm from our discussions. Based on that, would you be interested in continuing the discussion and negotiations? The next step would be to do due diligence and arrange for an independent valuation. Here's my answer. Dear Mr. Levin, thank you for your time on the telephone last week. For a guy who came from nothing, it is very flattering to be offered 170 to 190 million for something I started with only hopes and dreams and a handful of believers. I appreciate your flattering comments about the profitability growth management concept and products. I realize that I didn't really need to write this letter and could have simply not responded, but after thinking about it, I could not resist. First, selling this company for $170 million would be like selling Microsoft or General Motors in their infancy. Your instincts are correct. We are going to be the leader in one-to-one marketing and a multi-billion-dollar global Fortune 50 company. I'd be a fool to sell. You're right. We are just getting started. More importantly, this company was built on the hopes and dreams of thousands of people. Market America unfranchised owners. These people have found hope, and thousands are finding freedom and making their dreams come true. They are my family. It is their dreams and ambition that made this company what it is. How do you put a value on a family? What is the price tag on all those hopes and dreams? And how do you sell that? I risk being arrogant in saying this, but I wouldn't sell those for any price. $1 billion couldn't buy the power of those people's dreams and where we're going together. As long as those people have a dream and believe in me and this company, I will never sell because it is not mine to sell. In fact, thank you. In fact, I appreciate that. Best is yet to come yet, though. If I did, I would be cheating you. Because without their belief, their hopes, their dreams, this company would be nothing. You would be buying an empty shell. The people are this company, and we are getting America moving again. I have been blessed with success. But how much money does one need? I have plenty, and it isn't about money. Many people have wealth, but they don't have what I have, a purpose and thousands of people's belief and trust. That's worth more than any amount of money. And if you think we're so great, maybe you should use your resources to sponsor us in the equity markets and make the stock go through the roof. We were public back then. Also, you'd be smart to get yourself an unfranchised and join us. Call me if you want an unbelievable opportunity. Now, okay? Now, since that letter, Dennis, it was 10 years ago. Do you believe that? Mark, 10 years ago. Since that, we went private, and I wrote a check for $32 million to buy back what we started, and we paid twice what the trading price was of $4 to $8, make sure everybody was whole. And remember, it was a reverse merger. We didn't get any capital for it, so we had to dip in our own pocket to buy our own thing back. Okay, and it was the best thing we ever did because now we work, okay, not to please numbers, but to please you in the marketplace. But now we get 2 to 3 of these letters per month now, is the point. And they're for a lot more money. Okay, now you can ask Robert Core over here. He's sitting over here somewhere. He's our CPA. He handles them. Why do we get them? Because we're growing and we're profitable, and they need to find someone like Market America to improve their lousy numbers. That's the only reason. Now, so we now have a form letter that goes out, similar to the letter before. So I'll read only what is different or added to save time. But let me explain the circumstances. They all want to waste our time after pestering us, or salesmen, wasting our time, and then they require you to pay for an evaluation, which is expensive and time consuming. So it's kind of like a nuisance. And we're curious though, and like to document what the market value is based on valuations or offers, because that's valuable information. You understand that? Okay, so I tell them to put their money where their mouth is and make a firm offer or a real number, or commit to paying for an evaluation themselves if they want to get to first base. But I add a little perspective to it for personal enjoyment. I kind of picture them reading the letter and their reaction. And here it goes, and then I'm done. So it's the same letter, but here's the excerpt that's different, okay, in the form letter. But I want to thank you for your inquiry and that you brought it up. What do you value us at? If you're serious, you need to pay for evaluation or name a number in a firm written offer so we can listen to you. The number would have to be well into the billions, because you would have to pay the UFOs that make the company by building their own unfranchised businesses that make up Market America. They may not be official shareholders, but they are the stakeholders and the people who make it happen. And we ultimately must satisfy and answer them. This company is their hopes and dreams, not just a financial balance sheet as you see it. How much is 165,000, just a little while ago, little entrepreneurs with dreams and passion who have committed to their own personal success and freedom, which is the company's success? What is that worth? They even pay their own way. Yes, I know. It's a pretty incredible model. I would say it's billions if a price tag could even be put on it. It would be interesting to know what they would take to stay. You would be paying them to stay, not to sell. You see, selling you a company without their commitment and belief would be selling you an empty promise and shell. I wouldn't try to fool you. And as for me, I'm having so much fun, too much fun, and have plenty of money to enjoy life to the fullest, while the residual income continues to grow. In fact, it could exceed whatever you would pay within 10 years. So what's the point? Maybe you should study residual income, as it makes all the difference. My family, team, and UFOs all will carry on even after me, and I have a lot more than 10 good years left. Besides, we have just begun to change the way people shop and to change the world economics through average people bonding together entrepreneurially in a cooperative plan to achieve financial freedom through our unfranchised system. Yes, you're right. I am crazy. But I am also free, successful, happy, and have a purpose. Maybe you should consider joining us. It's more about time than money, as it only costs $129.95 to become a distributor. And then, I must tell you, you have to invest a little time to become a UFO. If it doesn't work for you, we will refund your money. So that all is at risk is your time. But if it does work for you, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow is that residual income. Show me a deal better than that. However, if it would make you feel better, you can pay successful unfranchised owners the real value of an unfranchise, which is several $100,000. But I doubt they will take it for the same reasons that I won't. Thank you for your time and consideration, and keep growing. Sincerely, J.R. Ridinger. God bless you. We'll see you at the top. That's it. That's it.
So I hope you'll take that home with you. We really are bigger, better, faster, and we're making it easier. And we're changing the way people shop. And finally, in leaving, remember, Market America is simply the best thing out there. And I look forward to seeing you next year. Lauren and I and Amber are already planning to be there with you in April. It's already in our schedule. So get your tickets. And I hope that you have your ticket to the next event. But it only gets better from here. And we're going to be with you. We're taking it to a whole new level. We're one team with one dream. We're built on product. We're powered by people. And we're creating the economy of the future. We are the future for those who are looking for paradise. We are creating paradise together. God bless you. I'll see you at the top, and I'll see you in April. Have a great convention and keep growing.